Hey guys, Bada Bing here. Thanks for joining me today. I've got a unboxing, so let's get right down to it. Got my trusty blade, which I'm just gonna go right through and just destroy it. Now, this particular item came right to the door, so no parcel force ransom fees, which is extremely rare, especially for me anyway. Usually friends of mine order stuff from abroad and it comes right to their door, and I'm always the one that gets stuck with all the fees and all that crap. But not this time, but I had to be, because this isn't actually my gun. It was given to me by a friend just for the purpose of this video. So, can you tell what it is yet? Yep, the brand new Tokyo Marui Glock 34. Fantastic. So, it's got quite a nice little box there. Number one! Woo! Yeah! Tokyo Marui. Okay, let's waste no time and just open the box up and see the contents. There we go, in all its splendour. Immediately when you pick it up, it feels extremely light. So yeah, it's generally a standard TM gun, really. So that's quite cool. Got the long slide on there. Got the ported top of the slide there. Extended mag release catch right there. So yeah, all in all, really nice feeling pistol. I mean, they've obviously continued the trend of having the same kind of lower. So they still got the ABS lower. It's not like a nylon fiber lower frame, but hey, never mind. The pain in the ass with these frames is after a while they do tend to go awfully shiny, just everywhere. But hey ho, that's the nature of the beast. So first impressions, I like the gun. It's, yeah, I mean, generally, typically, Tokyo Marui, all plastic and everything, so it's really, really light, but you got the added bonus of having it just, like, amazingly snappy. So that's one good thing about the Tokyo Marui pistols and their gas guns in general. They're just really snappy shooters. And you can see you got the adjustable rear iron sights on there. And pretty much the standard front iron on the slide. More about the gun. I've heard that it's got the same inner barrel length as the Glock 17, just to keep it under their FPS guidelines that they have over in Japan. It's also worth noting that when you got the slide taken down like I have here, what you're going to be immediately aware of is this metal piece here, which is only there to really secure the spring guide assembly. So when you reassemble it, the barrel and the inner barrel has got to go in first, and then you go ahead and install this plate right here for the guide rod and spring, and it just sits in there. If you can get it back on. The other improvement is, as you can see there, with the slide lock area being a little beefed up, so that kind of it limits the amount of wear that you get on that specific area, because on the 17 I believe it's just a piece of plastic that's there, but on this one it looks to be I can't tell if that's a plastic insert or a metal insert. I think I can see some paint coming off of that. Let me just get some light on there for you. Yeah, I think you can see just some metal coming off of the finish on the reinforcement there, but at least it's metal on metal and not metal on plastic, so that's a pretty good solution to that problem right there with the 34. So inside the box itself, pretty standardized kind of box from Tokyo Marui. A very nice kind of like laid out interior, very simplified, very kind of like simple. So underneath here you should have a barrel plug and some BBs and maybe some of those things for the magazine thing. So even got a jamming rod there. So let's go ahead and open this box and see what we got, see if I'm right, because it was the same in the HK45 which I have. See, there's the BBs, barrel plug, and yep, there's those magazine bits, and we even get a tiny screwdriver. Now I don't know why they included a tiny screwdriver. Using my detective skills, it could be for the adjustable rear iron sights. So that's something, you get a little tiny cute screwdriver for your rear iron sights on the pistol. That's cool. Why don't you do a Gen 4, Tokyo Marui? Answer me that. Why didn't you do a Gen 4? But I really do like the feel of this pistol. It's really nice and sort of quite comfortable to hold. Typical Glock, really. The icing on the cake for me is the slide release catch. You can actually get a good grip on it, and it's got a nice flat edge right there, so you can sweep down and let the slide go. So that's cool. Not really much else to go over with you, really. It's pretty much a standard Glock 17, just with the elongated slide and some adjustable stuff for the trigger and a couple of minor improvements. So we go and take this to the range and continue with some shooting. Okay, out on the range with the Glock 34, shooting at a man-sized, woman-sized target. Sorry, girls. Yeah, so going to be testing the Glock 34 out to ranges about 30 meters or whatever. See how far we can push it. I mean, there's a little bit choppy out here today with the wind, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I want to have the zombie out here, but the zombies just seem too much abuse. Yeah, so let's get to it. Yep, that's a hit. That's a hit. Bit of wind. Wind's just taking them off at that range, but this is just a vast expanse of area just right here, so it's just allowing the wind to take the BBs right off, but it did score a couple of hits out to that range, so it's not bad really. WE mag. Garbage. Okay, so that's the accuracy. Not too bad. It was a little bit windy, I will give it that. But the first shot hit it right here. And I scored 6 hits out of 10 on total on the paper. So there's 2 there, 1 there, another 1 there, and another 2 there. So all in all, it's not bad. It's really, I just took the Glock out of the box, lit up a magazine, and put it to work. And that's the kind of result I had on that one. So yeah, I expect the hop up to bed in a little bit better as time goes on, but first impressions, pretty decent accuracy. Okay, so what do I think about this Glock 34, seeing as I've been running it for most of this afternoon? Yeah, I like it. I mean, there's no real reason to get one of these over a standard 17, really. I mean, the only things that this pistol certainly has got going for it is the length of the slide, obviously, because it's a 34, the beefed up slide lock area right here, and a couple of the other features which I've already mentioned. Other than that, it's exactly the same as the 17. Even the end of barrel is very similar length to the 17 itself. The FPS is kind of low. Some people won't even get out of bed in the morning for something sub 300, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's only a pistol at the end of the day. I mean, it's designed for close quarters, and it does that superbly. I mean, it's your parachute. Some people like to run their pistols just as a primary, and I do that too, and I can see this having no issues with being able to reach right out there and touch somebody. It's just you get a lower FPS. Yeah, I had no trouble in hitting the fence at the back of the range from where I was stood, and that's roughly 60 meters away, so I'm happy with that. I was running a .3s, and the hop-up was kind of turned all the way up, not to the max, just adjusted so in accordance with running 3s, and it was doing just fine. Also on the range, it was about 10 degrees outside, so it wasn't cold, but it wasn't warm either, and it was emptying magazines and reloading and then shooting again. Didn't stop it from completing the BBs and doing this on empty, which is exactly what it should do. One of the issues I had was magazine related, and that was only because I was running a WE magazine, and that's old, which has been used and used again. So that didn't fare too well, but that's down to that particular magazine and not the Glock 34. To sum up then, it's just a solid, crisp shooting pistol, lightweight with Turkey Marui's tried and tested G-series formula, with tons of upgrade potential available. I mean, the only downsides I can see from potential owners is the fact that it doesn't have a metal slide, and the ABS lower frame is not polymer. I mean, yeah, I mean, Stark Arms and WE Glocks have a lovely kind of like nylon fiber polymer material on their lowers, which is fantastic, and it's got a nice sort of rough texturing. But this, you still get the old boring ABS plastic lower. But hey ho, it works. It does the job. It's just not polymer. Also, a downside which some may consider it to be a downside is that it shoots lower than 300 FPS. That's about the only downsides I can see of this pistol at the moment. Other than that, it really does rock, and it's just snappy as hell. and I like snappy guns. I mean, what can I say? So anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts on the new Tokyo Marui Glock 34. Thank you ever so much for watching, and also thanks for the likes and subs. It's all cool, and I'll catch you in a bit.